Hello again. So today I'm going to be building a blacksmith shop, and it's going to be a three-story blacksmith shop. Most likely it'll have the lower area, which is what I've cleared this space out for, where there'll be kind of a covered portion right here where he'd have like his anvil, his like what do you call them, the forge where the fire and all that is, and then like the little quenching trough for cooling things down. And then over here, there'll be another outside area that'll probably be set up for like shoeing horses or something if they ever come into Minecraft, you know. Not that they'll probably need shoeing, but. And then this whole area right back in here is going to be a shop. So you can go in through a door, and then there'll be what the stuff he's selling will be in the shop area. There may even be that outside area might be part of the shop as well. I haven't decided yet. And then above it is going to be like basically his living quarters. And then there'll be a semi-steep roof with probably some more like maybe bedroom type stuff up in those or storage or whatnot. And then on the back side over here, there originally was going to be sort of like a little balcony right here and then a staircase that wind down, but because I'm building this sort of into the side of this cliff here, there probably won't be a need for that. So my original plan is probably going to change. But anyway, I figured let's give this a shot and we'll kind of see what it looks like. And I'm trying to keep this within one chunk. I'll do the chunk command here so you can see. This is the outline. It goes right up to that transition there to cobble and goes all the way back to here. And all the way flush with that because that in is on two chunks. So I'm trying to keep the blacksmith shop within one chunk. And there's really no reason that I need to do that because it's going to be an NPC based um, run blacksmith shop that anyone can go in and buy stuff from the blacksmith and whatnot. And I'll probably have them set up to you bring me stuff, I build you sword type of thing. And I ended up wiping out like one of the little booths that was right here, these kind of like selling stalls, and then there was like some back-to-back benches that just kind of look silly, so I got rid of those too. And then a bunch of landscaping was done here for transitions for steps and things, but um, it's kind of unnecessary because you have a pretty major road over here that you can take that just cuts through the like horse area for the stables, and then there's this little walkway that'll go between them. So there's still ways to get around, and then I'll probably put another walkway right here that goes along the side of the keep. But for now, let's just start building, and I think I'm gonna start. Oh, let's start like here. And this is gonna be sort of the support for the main part of it, and let me see if I want to make this. Yeah, we'll make this 5 wide, and then how tall do I want to go? Let's keep it at 4 or 3. Uh, let's try. Well, we'll try it at 3, and if it's too low, then I'll go a little higher. But first, I'm gonna add this just so I can get upside down stair thing going on. Just to kind of frame this in a little bit better. And then up above here, we're going to use, I think I'll use these ones. I guess I could have done this instead of. So that is going to be what the front of the one room. It's going to be like the living room or whatever, you know, up above. And I'll probably pop this little roof here out one more. So technically that should probably have been wood as well, since the floor will come back here, but we'll see. We'll take a look at that and see how it looks. And then the corners, I think I want to use logs, so we'll break that out, put a log there, and then these are going to go up. And I want each floor to be 3 high, and then the attic will be the one that has kind of a short roof on it. So then we'll go back here. I think I want this to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then this will probably be where the wall is. And now I'm not sure if this is going to give me enough space for the shop, but again, I don't know why I didn't just clear this all the way out to the back, because it's going to be all shop. So probably what I'll do, I don't really need that anymore, so I'll do the wand command to get a wooden axe so I can select some stuff, and I will pick yeah, I don't want to completely gut this, so I think what I'll do is I'll come into about there and come down to here and cut that out, and then clear my selection, and we'll go back to the brick. I think that will probably be the perimeter of the place right there. And do I want to go that far out with it? I don't think so. I may make this little trail here more of like a bigger road, but I think, wow, that seems, it can be pretty big. So that way, if I use the showcase mod, which I'm planning on doing, it's going to have a lot of stuff here. Okay, so let's make this double. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's just do that. And like I said, originally I was thinking about having another little outdoor covered balcony, but I think I'm just going to make this store really big. And then I'm going to pop my door in right there. And that should give me enough space where I can add some windows. I think I may go double. Yeah, that'll work. And then since all of this doesn't need to have windows in it, I don't need to worry about that. So I'm going to use the stack command and get the walls there. And I could have stacked these too, but it's easy enough just to come on. Okay, clear selection. Alright, so that's that. And then we need, why do I not have that in my list of things to use? So I think I'm done with the brick. So I shouldn't need that anymore. And like I said before, this is going to be wood. Wood, wood, wood. This will all be wood. And then we will see if I go. No, stack it out. 11. Did I type something wrong? Should be stack 11. Skipped one. Okay. And then we'll cover this part. The reason I didn't go all the way to the edge is because I'm going to put a different style um, of wood there. I want it to just look a little bit more, you know, and I should have just done it anyway because I'm going to need to select it. But it's going to be a wool, and what it is this one here. And I believe this is wool texture 2, which is magenta wool, so I should be able to do the walls command and then say, I believe it's 35.2. Yeah. Alright, so that let's see, I think I'll make these that as well. And then with 1.2.4 and above, I think it's 4 is where it started, you can hit the up arrow and it'll just fill out what you've done, and you can actually go in and you can retype stuff. It's so much better. I don't know why they didn't do that right away. But yeah, it's just, it makes things, the typing aspects of it at least faster. And then this doesn't have to be, so this can be set wood, just make it regular wood. Oops. And then we'll, okay, I think it's going to be a pretty huge living area, but this should give us a nice size. And then this wall over here, I think I'm going to try to cut it back a little bit and just sort of make it a more gradual slope. Or I may just wall this off and just build the dirt right up to it. That might work better because that way it just gives you a little bit more cozy feel to it. And then this can be some of the blacksmith stuff going on out here as well. So I'll probably use that style of brick to fill this in. And we'll say set 98, which is that guy. And then we will break some of it. That's kind of my lower area of the blacksmith. And the more I'm looking at this, the more I'm wondering if this is what I want to do. Because I have a picture I got off the internet. I Googled, I think it was like medieval house or something like that. And it came out with this really cool house where it's elevated, but the unfortunate thing is because this is being built into a hill, I just don't think it looks very good. And so I'm wondering if maybe on this side would have been a better option, because I could level this out more. I mean, I suppose I could just, I almost want to lower everything down and have that hill just start back here, but see, this is it's a blessing and a curse having the hills back here, because you know it can make for some really interesting architectural details. You know, like this little raised area for this house looks really cool. But you know, and then having these up on a hill is nice, and having this gives you this cool kind of little transition here and just kind of breaks it up so it's not so boring. But you know, now I'm starting to build all these hill houses, which I don't like. You know, like a little hobbit town where it's all built into the mountainside, and I just don't really like that. So I may get rid of some of this. You know, like maybe raise this up and have some steps up into. I don't know. We'll just keep building for now. We'll see what it turns into. I think, yeah, I definitely think I want to make this the same. And do I want to make this brick as well? I think I do. I think I do. And so that, I could bump that out just to give this a little more interest, and it wouldn't hurt if I did. So let's move that out. And then we will fix this down here. Back to gravel. And then unselect it. And yeah, I like that. So then I can put like my little forage area right here. So let's make, and do I want it just right in the corner? It doesn't really have to be that big. So if I set this to nether rack, and then this is a little trick that I like to do where you just set fire and then you've got fire. I don't have to go get the stupid thing. Now normally this would be burning. All that would catch fire. All that would catch fire. So you'd want to reinforce all this with you'd want to reinforce it with stone. And let's see. Let's not use glass panes just yet. So it's kind of already got the brick thing going. But I think it'll look okay if I do this. That's a rather boring looking, and that's too tight. Do I want to do something like that? I could lower all that down. Fortunately, this is going to start, you know, it does terrible things to the lighting. I don't know why they can't figure that out. I don't even think I can put these in here without screwing up the lighting. Yeah, see, it's like it treats it as a solid block even though it's not. Because there's these down here, it's like, oh, you're solid. Maybe I can make that. God, I don't know, I feel like this just doesn't look good. Seems like it needs to be better. I don't know how, but it just seems like it should be better. Let's see. We'll come back to that later. Maybe I'll play around with that off camera until I find one that I like. Let's do that and that. Put a cauldron here and we'll fill it with water. That'll be kind of his like little, where he like quenches his stuff to put it out. And now I've seen multiple types of anvils. There's one where it's just that. There's one where you grab a block of iron and you could just plunk that down like so. And I've seen some where they'll use like stairs upside down, and I kind of like those too, but I want this to be iron, especially because there's a mod you can get, like plug-in for servers, that's a more role-playing one to where you can bring items like swords that are damaged and then put them on this, and it treats iron blocks as like anvils, so you can set them on here and repair them. Now I'm gonna have a NPC character out here most likely that will be able to, you know, do that kind of a thing, and so he probably won't need that. But I also think I'm gonna tweak with my brick and the windows, all that kind of stuff. And because what I'm now looking at this, what I kind of want to do is make this feel a little more, you know, kind of just cozier. And so I think I figured out how I want to make this fire pit work. I'm going to go across like so. In fact, these two don't really need to be there. And then I think I want to put upside down stairs instead of a full block. So I probably shouldn't have done that just yet. And then half blocks. I will use the yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'll do that, and then I don't want to put the fire out. Oh, that was dumb. Okay, let's just do this. Let's do stack 1, and then I'll select that, and then I will expand it 1 down so I get the nether rack, and then I will do stack 2. So I'll throw that over there, and then we'll stack 1 on this guy. And then